Now, Nigerians must begin to see their protection as a right-based issue. This formed discussion at a media interaction on the protection of civilians and civilian harm mitigation in armed conflict organized by Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center with the support from Open Society Initiative for West Africa. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
It's a workshop targeted at newsmen, and those in here are drawn from different media houses in Lagos. Discussion bordered on protection of civilians in armed conflict, bridging the gap between law and reality, strategic plan for roadmap for protection of civilians, deliberate commitment on the part of government on protection of civilians, and also interagency gaps. Declaring the interaction open, the Executive Director of Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Awal Musa, said politicians cannot exonerate themselves from the insecurity and violence the nation is facing.
The way Nigeria is now, virtually every community is treated with those dangerous arms now. And who are the people responsible for this? Our political class cannot exonerate themselves. Because just as we are going into this 2023, you can be rest assured that more arms will be brought into the country and will be given to the already victimized young people who have been denied access to education, who have been denied access to job, who have been denied access to decency of life.
Salahuddin Hashim is the Senior Program Officer, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center. While stressing the role of the media in agenda setting, he said attack on police formations may be a deliberate act.
Because for me, it's a potential danger for 2023 general elections. This was how it all started in the Northeast. It started in the Northeast with attacks on security facilities, and we have not been able to understand this pattern. And of course, it eventually degenerates and graduates into something else. And once it attacks, there's something that is also very common, that arms and armories have been looted. So what exactly are they being used for? Is somebody trying to build an armory? Is somebody attacking for political reasons? Is somebody attacking to build political dynasty?
Factors identified why the country is not winning the war against insurgency are the inability of the soldiers to differentiate between civilians and combatants, actions and attitudes of officers making it impossible for people to volunteer information to security officers, and the need to explore non-kinetic approach in winning the war. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.